Three things here. So funny. All right. As you know, both Jerry and I, for the first time, Jerry's son, who I'm about to bring up onto the stage, is a veteran of the fest and done this. It's my daughter's first year, so she's very excited about it. So we both got kids in the Funny Fest this year. This guy now, over the years, I've watched him pass me up in height. 17-year-old. He is a junior at Hutch. He enjoys biking, ramen, and long walks on the beach. Please welcome Skyler Evans!
Hello, I'm Skyler. This is Henry. Henry is my hat. It's a very good hat, actually. It took me a while to find a hat that fit my head quite as well as Henry did. I had to go through a lot of different styles. At one point I actually tried wearing a sombrero, but I got really tired of the people dancing in circles around me all the time. And then I tried going with a fruit basket, but it smelled really, really weird after a couple days. And then I tried for a fur hat, but I forgot that the badger isn't supposed to be alive when you put it on your head. That didn't work out all that well. But I did kind of like the fruit basket just because whenever I got hungry, I always had something to eat. And that's a big problem with me. I like to eat. A lot. All the time. And all the kids at my school know it too, because they know that if they have any leftover food, they can give it to me. Well, not any leftover food. There's always the cafeteria stuff. There's some things that even people on Fear Factor wouldn't do. But actually, I kind of thought that because I loved eating so much, that I could almost, make some money out of it. So I tried entering a couple eating contests, and I actually didn't do as well as I thought. I only came in third at the hot dog eating contest, and second in the marshmallow eating contest. Actually, I think my only gold was in the outhouse races. I turned 17 last year, and my parents started getting on me about driving so I could get out of the house a little bit more. But I was nervous. I mean, show of hands here. Who, on their first time driving, was afraid that they were going to hit their neighbor's mailbox, or flowers, or cat? Anybody? Now, how many of you were actually prepared for the shock that came when you did hit all three at once? That was a bad wreck. The steering wheel jammed me right in the Johnson. Look, Johnson's my jacket, by the way. I mentioned I like naming stuff, right? I don't know. Part of the problem with getting older is also that every morning I've got to go and look in the mirror and see these one or two stray hairs that manage to come forth from my chin. And I've got to deal with my dad looking over at me and going, "Son, don't you think it's about time I taught you how to shave?" I look over at him as he's pasting the 18th piece of toilet paper onto the divots that he's created after he mangled himself with a razor. I say, "No thanks, Dad." I end up getting my mom to teach me how to shave. My face might not look all that good, but at least I got the smoothest legs in town. The thing is, even though I'm getting older, my parents still want to treat me like I'm this little kid who does everything wrong. Like, they're always telling me about these cute stories. Like, remember when you were 3 and you were eating ice cream and you spilt it on the floor? And then you slipped all over it? Or that first time you had spaghetti and you got it all over your face? Wasn't that just cute? But now I figured out how to get back at them. So every time my dad starts into one of his stories, I just tell him, "Hey, Dad, remember that time we went to the Christmas party and you got drunk and you barfed all over your boss's shoes? Or that one time when you got in a fight with the fan from the other team and you lost? Man, she was tough." Toughest Girl Scout I've ever seen. Wasn't that just cute? But the one thing my dad always gets on me about is texting. Now, show of hands, how many people here text on their cell phones? Right? I'm not the only one. But apparently I seem to have taken it to some superhuman extreme, because he's always on me. "Son, you're always texting, you're always doing it, you're always just entrapped in your own little world." And I gotta tell him, "Dad, I'm not always texting. Most of the time, I'm just randomly pressing buttons so I have something to do while I ignore you. I don't know, I'll admit, I like texting a bit. I use Layla a lot. This is Layla, my phone. She gets along very well with Henry. I find that's important in a cell phone hat relationship. But my problem is, Layla can do almost too much. I mean, there's the obvious things, like, the texting, the camera. Then there's like photo albums and email, voicemail, address book, weather, stocks, garage door opener, toaster, Lithuanian language tutor, a shock collar for my dog, clothing iron, shoe polish, which is perfect for Siegfried and Roy, portable treadmill, condiment dispenser, a ShamWow super absorbent towel, a Thigh Master, an orbital missile defense grid, a water fountain, a chicken deboner, and a George Foreman grill. Apparently you can make phone calls with this thing too. All right, that's my time. Henry's starting to get hungry.